But let's talk about intelligence first.
You built that machine despite what you saw the other races experience. Why?
You cannot conceive of a galaxy that bends to your will. Every creature, every nation, every planet we discovered became our tools. We were above the concerns of lesser species. The intelligence was envisioned as simply another tool.
And now we all pay the price for your mistake.
There was no mistake. It still serves its purpose.
How did you survive?
How did you remain hidden all this time?
Our extermination was not complete. Some survived and found refuge in the dark corners of the galaxy. I am their progeny. Over the cycles, the thrall races were controlled, removing traces of our existence as we directed them to. In this way, our survival was kept secret from the Reapers. Today, we reach out through the fragments and watch for discovery.
Fragments? You mean the artifacts we found?
They provide a window into the galaxy. Tools for exploring the events of this cycle from the safety of this world. Through them, we watch, we study, and remain in the shadows.
So you were the first harvest?
How did the intelligence defeat you?
To find a solution, it required information. Physical data drawn from organic life in the cosmos. It created an army of pawns that searched the galaxy, gathering this data. There was no warning. No reason given when they turned against us. Only slaughter. Only the harvest.
Alright, tell me about the Reapers.
Tell me about the Reapers.
Well,
Each harvest ends with the birth of a Reaper. Perfect in its design. Each formed in Harbinger's image. Our image. Each Reaper has the power to influence organics. Over countless cycles, this ability was refined, perfected, and gave rise to indoctrination.
why cycles?
But what's the point of all these harvests?
The intelligence has one purpose: preservation of life. That purpose is not being fulfilled. It directed the Reapers to create the mass relays to speed the time between cycles for greatest efficiency. The galaxy itself became an experiment. Evolution its tool.
Will it ever end?
Unknown. Until the intelligence finds what it's looking for, the harvest will continue.
Well, I guess tell me about the Crucible. Do you know anything about it?
What do you know about the Crucible?
We have watched its construction before. It has never been completed. Those who have tried still fell victim to the harvest. Its outcome is unknown.
Okay, you made your point. Will you help stop the cycle?
I have searched your mind. You are an anomaly, yet that is not enough.
Wait!
The cycle will continue.
No! You've been watching. You know this cycle is different.
We will survive. You will remain here as a servant of our needs. The Reapers will harvest the rest.
You release me, no one has to be harvested.
Nothing will change.
It already has? I'm not entirely sure what's so different about our cycle, but sure, everything's different about our cycle. Or that's your fault? No, it already has changed.
The Reapers know where you are. You can't just watch anymore. You have to fight. Even if you survive the battle today, the Reapers won't stop. Ever. Release me and we have a chance to end this once and for all.
Your confidence is singular.
I've earned it. Out there fighting, where you should be.
It is clear why the Reapers perceive you as a threat. Your victories are more than a product of chance. We will fight, but not for you or any lesser race. We were the first, the Apex race. We will survive. And the Reapers who trespass on this world will understand our power. They will become our slaves. Today, they pay their tribute in blood.
How are you guys doing? I talked to the Apex race. They're on our side, but like not right now. I have a nosebleed though. I'm still quite upset about that.
Shepard's back. How we doing, Cortez?
Good to go. I don't know what the commander did, but the pulse is offline.
That's the game that has the desync. That's not the recording.
Damn it, we got a Reaper inbound.
Shepard, snap out of it. She's freezing. You okay?
Yeah. I'm fine. Hell of a headache.
We're lucky we got you back. I've got Ann Bryson on the comm.
Good. Put her through.
We have some stuff to talk about.
Commander.
You feeling better?
Yes, thank you. I'm doing fine. What happened?
We found it, Ann. We found Leviathan.
Was it worth it?
Yes. I mean, it's hard to say.
I don't know. We proved it can't hide anymore. That it's a part of this war just like us.
Sounds like an amazing story.
One for the history books.
Well, I look forward to hearing all about it. My father would appreciate this, knowing the truth is out there. In the meantime, Admiral Hackett has asked me to join his scientific team. We all have our part to play. I should get to it.
Take care, Ann. And thanks for all your help. Shepard out.
Commander, I finished reading your report.
Did
The
you now?
Alliance wanted more intelligence on the Reapers. I'd say we got it.
I paid for it too.
Our people will be studying it for years to come. They're already calling it the Leviathan Codex. It rewrites galactic history as we know it.
Sure does.
Whatever else it means, it tells me the Reapers had a beginning. And maybe now we'll provide them with an end.
That's one way to look at it. I guess it's the only way. So go out there and make it happen. This is a big step in the right direction, Shepard. Good work.
Thank you, sir.
Hack it out.
All right, so we're back on board. Cancel the Codex update, non-council races, Leviathan. I got Dominate available in the med bay. We'll have to take a look at that. I got another war asset, Dr. Ann Bryson. We got the Leviathan Enthrallment team as a war asset. Anything else? All right, that looks like it. So, really? The darkness breached Leviathan's secrets. Non-council races, Leviathan. Essentially nothing was known of the aquatic species dubbed Leviathans before Commander Shepard's report to Task Force Aurora. No mention of their species' true name exists. No ruins are attributed to their civilization, and no influence on other races has been recorded. The task force can only conjecture based on the limited information provided by Shepard. The current world is unlikely their home world, so it is surmised that the Leviathans mastered technology and spaceflight despite their immense size and aquatic nature. Their ability to communicate with and mentally dominate land-based sapients would have been a necessary step, and so whatever homeworld the Leviathans hail from would have included a thrall species whose civilization served their purposes. Presumably, their bodies can withstand both the extreme pressure of the depths and the lesser pressure of a coastal area where they might come into contact with these thralls. I'm not entirely sure I agree with this particular part of the analysis, but okay. Transporting a creature the size of the Leviathan into space would have been a significant engineering challenge. It is likely they used EZO for ease of travel, as the Hanar do, and employed cybernetic filtration to breathe air as well as oxygenated water. It is unknown if the Leviathans have modified themselves with the equivalent of a biotic amplifier, but it seems probable. The faster-than-light communication of their pulses would require precise control previously unknown to modern science. One can only guess at the innovations of the species, and the Leviathans are volunteering no such information. So, they're saying that the only way they could have evolved that way is by having a land-based species that they enthrall. So basically, picture like the blue whales taking over the human civilization. That's pretty much what they're talking about. Let's head into the war terminal. I'm up to 7801 total military strength, effective 3900 even. We're getting there. We're still getting there. Leviathan Enthrallment team gives me 400 points. A mixed species team of special operations soldiers have volunteered to covertly deliver Leviathan artifacts behind enemy lines. These attacks aim to make Reaper creatures thralls of the Leviathans. On a small scale, this could cause chaos and disruption. On a large scale, and if given enough time, it could form an army of Reaper creatures dedicated to exterminating their own kind. The team's major limiting factors are the small number of artifacts and the reluctance of Alliance commanders to operate openly with such a potent weapon for fear the Reapers might develop a countermeasure. That is kind of a weird thing to do. It doesn't look like we have the Leviathan just kind of like as a whole here. I got a few updates along the way as well, but Dr. Ann Bryson gives me 20 points. Dr. Ann Bryson has survived her ordeal with Leviathan's artifact and retains most of her mental faculties. Her research into paleotechnology could be useful in understanding the Prothean device and the laws of high-energy physics that the Reapers seem to ignore. Then we have the Asari, the Husk Neural Map. The biologists on Chalkos have made a quick study of the brain structures of husks and other Reaper creatures, isolating the parts of the brain responsible for interpreting sensory data. Their conclusions contrast the various strengths and weaknesses of Reaper ground forces when it comes to sight, smell, hearing, and so forth. This data could be extremely useful for soldiers or citizens trying to escape and evade Reapers on occupied planets. We have the Turians. We got an update somewhere around here. Dextro rations. They give me 10 points. When they were struck by the Reapers, the agribusinesses of Trigenta Petra had a surplus of both plant and animal-based food products for dextro amino acid-based sapients. What is that? 4 hyphens? 3 hyphens, 4 words. Both Turian troops who favor a meat-heavy diet and the Quarians who are typically vegan show a marked preference for these recovered rations, suggesting that although they were wiped out by enemy forces, the Petrans had pretty good taste. Serving Petran food to a unit about to go into combat can restore a little morale and dignity to an otherwise demoralized squad. So that's what we have there. It's quite a bit. I assume some people have some new things to say. After all, we just found out that, according to Leviathan, there are as many cycles as there are Reapers, right? They built Harbinger. Harbinger wiped them out, and he said every time a harvest is complete, a new Reaper is built. I don't know if he meant that literally or figuratively, but I'm going to go with literally because it makes it more fun for me. But we also found out that they were adapted from a large aquatic, like whale-like species, and apparently they eat like plankton type stuff. Trainer has nothing to say. That's not a good sign. No new emails. Like, somebody better say something about this. We found out some intense stuff. Apparently, Leviathan is the name of, like, a species and not a person, or, like, an individual in the species, I should say. Joker?
Commander?
Seriously? ED?
So the Reapers did not fully exterminate their creators. That suggests they are fallible, even on large or long-term scales.
Right.
How's the ship holding up, Edie?
The envelope of mass-free space
We've heard that.
when we
Okay.
travel at FTL.
So, the harvest is still a little weird to me. I understand that Leviathan kind of told me the goal was, well, he said it a couple times, so it's hard to miss. But he said that the goal was basically to protect life, and fear, at least in Western culture, is that when you protect... Oh, he's here. Had to do it once. In order to protect life, you have to kill a lot of life. We fear that robots are going to do that a lot. I haven't necessarily seen that, right? Just because they're smarter than us doesn't mean they're going to wipe us out. Or to try to protect us, they're going to wipe out a good majority of us, right? It doesn't always work that way, but in a lot of science fiction it goes that way, so that's kind of understandable. But why not just control us? Why let us go our own way and then wipe us out galaxy-wide like this?
I've been thinking about what we learned, Shepard. The thing is, I don't really care what the Reapers are or where they're from. They're monsters that need to be put down. That's all I need to know.
Yeah, I'd like to know more, but maybe that's just me.
Hey there.
Hi. Alright, let's head to the other side. Probably nobody in life support. Somebody's gonna be in here eventually. Just don't know when or where. Alright, anything left over here with Liara? Love if Liara said something meaningful. Any new intel? No new intel. Broker terminal? Nothing. Liara!
I'm glad you made it back. And I'd appreciate it if you'd avoided talking to... I don't want any tentacled creature inside your mind. Except me.
I didn't press a button, she just stopped the line. She'd said, I'd appreciate it if you didn't talk to Leviathan any further. And then the line about the tentacled creatures.
Hello again.
Well, at least she kind of acknowledged that we have something special between us. I'm not sure if she would have said that if we weren't dating. She probably still would have said it.
Commander.
Alright, so... reassign power bonuses. This is where Dominate's going to be. Disrupt the synaptic harmonics of an organic brain so it can't differentiate between friend and foe. A single affected target will fight on your side for a short time. Targets grow resistant to the power over time. I've never been a fan of this, this kind of tactic in pretty much any game that I play. It's useful in certain situations. Sometimes I have to use it, so it's the most useful thing, but taking over an enemy to fight alongside me for a limited period of time, never been my favorite. It's not the best tactic in my mind. It's useful in a lot of cases, but I'm gonna have to kill that thing later anyway.
Shepard, I looked over your mission report. Gotta say, it feels like we've been after these Reapers forever.
We have.
From Sovereign to Leviathan, they've been a pain in the ass the whole time. But at least we're starting to see the big picture. Never really thought we'd get any answers. Doesn't change much, but it does make this war feel a whole lot bigger.
Anything else?
Good to see you.
Alright, well, at least we're starting to get a big picture about what we're doing. There were more things I wanted to say, but one of the things is that the Reapers are from the Milky Way galaxy, as far as I can tell, right? They're not from outside the galaxy, they're not from between galaxies, they're not from a different galaxy. As far as I can tell, they're from inside the Milky Way galaxy. They also built the mass relays, I should say, in order to make the harvest faster, but then why can we use it?